On today's show, I sit down with the managing director of Tiara Air to discuss the current challenges the airline is facing. Plus, in lifestyle, we'll talk about how weight plays a huge factor in teens hitting puberty early. And Aruba's police force has plenty to celebrate for. 15 on 15 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. Tiara Air, Aruba's local airline, has garnered negative publicity lately regarding its finances and operations. I sat down with Alejandro Muyeli, the managing director of Tiara Air, to clarify the challenges the airline is currently facing. Alejandro Muyeli, the managing director of Tiara Air, explains to me that his airline has flights in the Caribbean region, Colombia, U.S., and Venezuela. As of right now, the Venezuelan market accounts for a large portion of the airline's profitability margin.
Venezuela is representing today 90% of our market, which means that 90% of our sales are in Venezuela, which also means that 90% of our funds that we have collected there is sitting in a bank in Venezuelan currency. To convert the Venezuelan bolívares into US dollars, there's a procedure where you have to, every month, as a foreign carrier operating into Venezuela, apply to the central bank of Venezuela to repatriate the funds to Aruba. And that process usually runs with a delay of either 2 or 4 months. And for the last couple of months, we've not been receiving those repatriation, and it has accumulated to an amount of about 9 months of delay.
This delay is pressing on the airline's cash flow. An accumulated $20 million is backed up by the Venezuelan body of government to release to Aruba's airline. Mr. Muyeli has asked for Prime Minister Mike Amon to get involved and contact the Venezuelan government. This has been done, and Tiara Air has been told they will receive some of their money within a few days.
Tiara today represents almost 5% of the total tourism in Aruba. And for all the Venezuelan market coming into Aruba, Tiara represents 27%, which is also a considerable amount.
In the meantime, Tiara Air has requested for Aruba's government to loan them $1.5 million. Besides for financial issues, the airline has also experienced a significant amount of flight delays and cancellations due to their Boeing 747 jet going in for maintenance. This has forced the airline to use charter flights from U.S. and Venezuelan carriers. Mr. Muyeli says this has caused disruptions because the operations of the chartered flights are not within Tiara Air's control.
It got to the extent that sometimes the airplane from the U.S. would reach here and has to wait about 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours before the other airplane comes from Venezuela. By the time it finally reached Aruba, then the crew, the pilots that need to fly the airplane back to Florida, their duty hours are expired, so we have to put everybody in a hotel, and that brings a complete disbalance in the whole operation.
Now, another rumor had been surfacing in the local media saying Tiara Air's employees hadn't been paid for months. This is untrue. The workers are waiting on their October salary, in which Mr. Muyeli assures that the payroll will be processed by this Wednesday. Tiara Air is in business and it is operating as normal. On the next edition, Alejandro reveals the plans to diversify to prevent from a situation like this to happen again in the future. Moving forward, during a press conference regarding the Green Corridor, Prime Minister Mike Amon explains that San Nicolas deserves to be better integrated with the rest of Aruba.
Application for San Nicolas is also necessary. It is a city that has been in need very long for development opportunity, and this great connection will definitely also enhance San Nicolas' opportunity to know a new development and also to have a very strong infrastructure to support this new development.
When we come back in your lifestyle segment, we'll get into how weight plays a major factor in early puberty. Also, when are the times when you shouldn't use text messaging with your significant other? And we'll have a story on the first generation of children growing up in the digital age. Puberty is surely an awkward age for any teen, but statistics say that weight is the main reason as to why some develop earlier than others. Doctors say young females who physically mature faster are at higher risks of low self-esteem, depression, promiscuity, and lower grades. Research shows teens who are obese have a higher chance of suffering from hypertension and suffering from breast or ovarian or endometrial cancer. The cause of early puberty is the body mass index. BMI played a bigger role in early puberty than any other factors. I'd like you to think about your relationship for a minute. Try to remember the last time you went a day without texting your significant other. Whether it was something simple like a thinking of you message or even just a reminder for him or her to pick up the takeout. In a new study, researchers looked at texting habits on couples between 18 to 25, and results indicated that showing affection via text has a positive effect on relationships. But of course, there is a catch. We know that breaking up via text is a big no-no. It is also bad to regulate the relationship with your thumbs. For example, apologizing, working through problems, and making big relationship decisions are probably better done in person. The study showed that doing these things by text is associated with lower relationship quality for ladies, but it didn't seem to matter much to men. Moving forward, we are in the first generation of digital children. Check this story out. Apple has just come out with its iPad Air. New iPad data released showed a surge in technology use in children. This digital era is undoubtedly changing the very nature of childhood. This is posing as a balancing act for parents as to how much is too much. There are features on devices that helps parents set limit on screen time. Experts are saying this is important on all devices. This message is becoming increasingly important as mobile devices will be on kids' wish list as holiday season approaches. Let's take a very quick break. This is what's coming up next. Aruba Tourism Authority discovered a clever way to market the island as a travel destination to its second biggest U.S. market. With Xander Bogaerts' success with the Boston Red Sox, it is the perfect opportunity for ATA to maintain its presence in the market and, of course, to expand and attract more visitors. Xander Bogaerts is a local hero. ATA saw the chance to connect with the Boston market with the recent Red Sox success with the Aruba twist. Aruba Tourism Authority placed a large ad in the center page of the most read newspaper in Boston, the Boston Metro. The free paper circulates to more than 150,000 readers. The ad read as follows: One happy nation. From the happy island of Aruba, congratulations to our hometown hero Xander Bogaerts, the entire team, and Boston fans everywhere for an incredible season. The ad even gave Red Sox fans a chance to congratulate Xander personally by allowing people to send congrats to aruba.com/onehappynation. ATA plans on continuing their contact with the Red Sox and exchanging ideas with Xander to maintain Aruba's presence in the Boston market and see some opportunities where they can grow. Switching over to the police force on the island, a few officers recently celebrated milestones as authorities in the community. Take a look. A few officers were recognized and promoted while others celebrated their loyalty within the force. A few others graduated from their hard work and training. It is the first time a group this big has been promoted, graduated, and who also continues to rise in professionalism.
One of our colleagues is celebrating 40 years in our Corps Police Aruba, 6, 25 years, and the other ones are receiving national degrees, and 16 receiving a diploma in management.
Veterans of the police force are grateful to see such great accomplishments by their colleagues. It is important to host ceremonies like these and give credit where it is due to inspire and validate the officers' hard work in the community.
The main purpose of our management team and our commissioner is to develop as much people as much leader as possible in our corps so they can develop the next generation.
That is our show for today. Thanks for joining us. We will be back here on Thursday night with a brand new edition of the show at 7:15 p.m. right here on Channel 15 ATV. So we'll see you then.